Caps win 3-1 over the New York Islanders, and look out folks, the Caps have just put together a 6-game win streak. And I don't know where that came from. One minute I'm super upset about the suspension, and the next, the Caps have won 6 straight, and they were not easy games. Okay, the one Buffalo game was a little easy, but other than that, it was not easy. But before we talk about the game, there's one other thing we have to talk about, and that is Alexander Ovechkin has scored his 718th goal, and that is good enough to take sole possession of 6th place on the NHL all-time goal leader list. Congratulations, Alexander Ovechkin. What a pleasure, what an honor it has been to be able to watch this guy score from goal number 1.
Zubris spins, Ovechkin fires, he scores! Alexander Ovechkin, welcome on board!
All the way to goal 718.
Ovechkin fires, he scores! Farewell, Phil! Ovechkin moves past the great Esposito!
And as a side note, how lucky are we as a fan base that we have gotten to listen to Joe Beninati's TV call all along this way. What a treat it has been being able to listen to him. He perfectly, masterfully colors and illustrates every one of these huge moments, and in my opinion, makes them even better. And he does it all while looking pretty damn snazzy. This goal and this milestone are actually the reason that this video is going up a day later than when I would normally post the post-game video. I spent the last 48 hours outside of, work and home, family life, and being an adult, watching and reliving highlights from Caps history in general, from huge goals and point milestones and huge points in people's careers to the 2018 Stanley Cup run. I spent a huge portion of yesterday watching and reliving major highlights, pretty much every highlight you could possibly find from the 2018 Stanley Cup run. And that's what this did to me. That's what this moment in Capitals in NHL history did to me. It made me super nostalgic about all the great things that we have been so lucky to see as a fan base in the past, well, ever since the organization started, but specifically in the past 15 to 20 years. But folks, we're not done. Alexander Ovechkin is only, I think, 14 goals away from becoming number 5 overall and passing the next guy on the list, Marcel Dionne. And that's a huge possibility that's going to happen this year. We are now officially in the second half of the season. That was game 29 that Caps just played. We are on the downhill slide now. And Alexander Ovechkin absolutely can score 14 goals in now 27 games. That's like what, like 0.5, so half a goal a game, which is averaging a goal every 2 games, which with 27 games left, that's 13 and a half games right there. That's really close. And his actual average for his career, goals per season, is somewhere around 0.61, 0.62. So there is no reason to doubt that he is going to reach number 5 this year. But if he doesn't do it this year, I mean, he's going to do it in probably the first week of the next season. All right, we're not going to turn this into a, how far is he going to go and how quickly is he going to get there video. We have to talk about the game. This was an absolute massive win for the Caps team. This win was not just a 2 points on the board win, not just a finally atop of the division win, not just a continue the win streak win. This win was a morale booster win. After coming off a handful of very, very close games where they've given up those big leads in the third period. Then you go to Buffalo and you just absolutely wallop them, but you look back at it and you're like, okay, it's Buffalo. Then you come to the Islanders, who were the hottest team in the league at the time, and they were leading the division at the time, and you knew this was going to be an absolute, just a war of a game. This was almost like a David versus Goliath matchup. And the Caps did it. The Caps pulled it out, and they pulled it out not in the fashion against New Jersey and Philly where they gave up massive leads in the third period to make it super, super close. No, they took the lead, they held the lead, and even though it was pretty nerve-wracking the entire game, it was almost like watching a playoff game. That entire game, I was super, super nervous. Even though those nerves were in the back of my head the entire time, the Caps had a comfortable lead the entire game, and they comfortably held on to it until the last couple minutes, which is just a sigh of relief over how they have been winning games prior to that. The New Jersey and the Philly series, that was uncomfortable to watch in the last 2 minutes. That's giving up 3 goals in the third period, and then you're just waiting for that tying goal to happen, and you're waiting for the Caps to lose. But this game, when there's 2 minutes left, The Islanders, they couldn't get Varlamov out of the net. There was so much pressure in their zone. And that's the kind of hockey you want to see. I don't want to see that prevent game. I don't want to see the 1-4 blue line stack trying to just stop everyone from coming in the zone. I want that pressure to continue. I want that forecheck to get in deep, get behind the net, and keep that puck on the wall and win those battles and get more shots on net when there's just 2 minutes left in the period. We have seen the prevent game work in the past, specifically in the Barry Trotz era. He was very, very good at that. The Caps get a lead, 1 forechecker, 4 guys on the blue line stacked, and just try to prevent the opposition from getting in the blue line. But this season, it has not been working, and we've seen it the past 3 or 4 games prior to this game where the Caps, they don't win the puck battles, they are giving up the zone, and they're giving up pressure late. This game was super satisfying to watch, to see that turnaround for the Caps. Tough first 10 minutes of the game, I'll tell you that. The Islanders, there's a reason that they were the hottest team in the league at the time. They came out gunning, and Samsonov was under a lot of pressure in the first half of the first period. But he was up to the task. I mean, fantastic saves, just one shift into the game, just 30 seconds into the game, making huge saves. And his only blemish isn't really a blemish against him. It's actually a double whammy against him. Chara has an egregious giveaway in the corner. I see what he's doing with that. He's trying to dish it over to Panik, and Panik can send it out of the zone, but Panik thought Chara was gonna go behind the net with him. So Chara sends the puck one way through the middle of the ice, and Panik goes the other way. They get their signals crossed, and then when the shot comes on net, Panik blocks it and it deflects off his stick. So not only is it a bad giveaway, it's a bad deflection. There's nothing Sammy can do about this. He had a blemish-free game, and unfortunately, he can't bring the shutout home from it. But he was flawless. He absolutely stole this game for the Caps, on top of magnificent goals from magnificent players. It was an all-around fantastic team effort. And we got one more game before Tom Wilson comes back, and I think there's some questions that need to be answered before that happens. Specifically, questions about where does Daniel Sprong stand in this lineup when Tom Wilson comes back. Tom Wilson's a right wing, Richard Panik's a right wing, and Daniel Sprong is a right wing. There's not enough room for all 3 of those guys. The other 2 right wings in this equation are TJ Oshie and Garnet Hathaway, and there's no way that Peter Laviolette is breaking up that 4th line, and I mean, it's TJ Oshie. You're not taking a jersey away from him, so that leaves 2 guys, Sprong and Panik. Who gets the jersey? No, seriously, who gets the jersey? I don't know, I'm not the coach. Who do you think? Comment below and tell me. If you want my opinion, which you didn't ask for, but you're gonna get it anyway, that jersey goes to Sprong. I think he has proven that he is a critical part of this team and this team's ability to win. He is faster than Panik, which is crucial for forechecking ability and back-checking ability for defense. And I think he has proven that he's a better goal scorer. I think Peter Laviolette has some tough decisions coming his way. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. Hey, if you like this video, smash that thumbs up button for me. It goes a long way towards helping the channel. And if you enjoyed your time here, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to see you come back. And as always, let's go Caps!